So I get a lot of questions on my everyday makeup look or the makeup that I wear to work. So this is it. I'm going to do a tutorial on it. So if you want to see that, just follow along. Use the Clarins foundation. It's the Everlasting Youth Fluid. I take 1 pump of that, and then I take a little scoop of the Hydra Essential from Clarins, the moisturizer. That there, and I mix those together to make like a tinted moisturizer. My skin is dry, so I just like to do that, and I don't want to have like a full coverage foundation, and I just place that around and then rub it in with my hands. So after I apply that, I go in with a cream bronzer. Currently using the Dermablend cream foundation, just in a darker shade. I really love this because it adds more coverage to the skin. I also really like the Too Faced cream contour stick, so you can use either one of those. Take a brush and I just swirl it in and then place it. I place it on my cheekbones, just above the hollow of my cheek, and I work it in an angle. You kind of want it to start at the top of the ear and then work diagonally down to your face, but I don't take it all the way down here. I take it about halfway down. I'll also put this on the top of my head, like the perimeter of the face and my jawline. And then just for more of like a seamless blend, I just take whatever's left on the brush and just kind of blend it in further. And I like to take a cream blush. I really love using like a red blush on the cheek because it shears out and it's not as like pigmented as what you would think it would be. And I take that on a brush as well, and I do the same kind of placement as the bronzer, starting at the top of the ear and working halfway down at a diagonal. And then whatever's left on the brush, I will kind of just take on the nose and the chin, a little bit on the center of the forehead. I just find this placement of the bronzer and the blush just gives you more of a lifted look. I go in with my brows, and I take the e.l.f. Brow Lift on a spoolie brush and just brush that through and place my brows how I want them to look. And then I just take a warm brown shade. This is from the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. I just use this shade here to fill in my eyebrows, and I just trace like the actual shape of my brow, but I just like to fill them in a little bit. I find the tail is where I need the most help because it gets a little thin there. Then I just take my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the hydrating one. Put some on the under eye. This just gives a nice brightening effect, which I love. And I carve out the bottom of my eyebrows. This just makes your eyebrows look very clean. So I like to blend that concealer down with whatever's left on the brush onto the blush that I have there, down the center of my face, up on my forehead. I just find it gives a more even blend. And then I set that with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. The shade that I'm using is 05 because I want a bright under eye. I actually take this all over the face with whatever's left on the brush then. This powder is really nice because it has like a blurring and smoothing effect. Okay, so now that I look crazy, I'm going to take my bronzer. This is just an old Smashbox palette that I had. It's a bronzer and blush palette. Just going to take a little bit of that bronzer, not too much, because I don't have any self-tan on right now. I'm just going to put this over where I previously put the bronzer. Same places. Cheekbones, the forehead, and down the jawline. So I'm going to take that bronzer on an eyeshadow fluffy brush and put that on my eyelid. Not my eyelid, the contour of my eye. I don't like for my eyes to be like a flat white color because then it looks like I have no definition. I just like to add in the bronzer there. And then I'll also take whatever's left down on my nose, snatch it up. With the same palette, I'll take a blush. I'm going to take this light blush and I'm going to blend that from the front of my cheek back. We didn't really put any blush there, and this is a lighter shade compared to the shade that we used from the cream, so I want it to be like a gradient blend so it's not like a harsh line there of blush. And then I just kind of blend out the edges gently. A little bit on the nose, chin, forehead. Okay, so now I'm just going to dust a little bit on the under eye to get rid of some of that excess powder and blend that down into the blush so it's more smooth. And I'm going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Spray my face liberally. This is old. but I still love it. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero palette, the highlight palette. As you can see, it's well loved. I'm going to use this shade here. It's like a light kind of pinky shade. My face is still wet. I'm going to put it on my cheekbones. And then I like to take this lighter shade here and put that directly on top. And it just makes it pop a bit more. We'll take that on the brow bone. Okay, so the lip color I'm going to use, it's an Essence lip liner in the shade Soft Berry. Don't even know if they make this anymore, but it's just like a burgundy kind of shade. And I do overline my lips a bit. I'm going to take this NYX lipstick. It's a soft pink shade. So I just put that directly on top. And then I like a light shade for my lips, so I actually take that e.l.f. concealer, take a little bit on my finger, and put it in the center of my lip so that it lightens it up. And I just play around with this until I get it to a shade that I like. That's perfect. Then I'll go on top with a gloss normally, or just leave it by itself. Whatever you like, you can do, whatever you prefer. Just going in with some mascara. This is the Benefit They're Real Magnet mascara. And I'm a lash girl, so I just have these random lashes from Shein that I kind of customize. It's a random lash, and then I just cut off an outer part of the lash and doubled that up on the outer corner. So then I'm just going to put these on. So that's the difference with the lash, without. I find the lash just really takes it over the edge and completes the look. And this is the finished makeup look. Oh yeah, this is basically my everyday makeup look that I use whenever I'm leaving the house and I need makeup on. It's like the same thing every day.